Today we're going to be working on stretching out the glutes and the piriformis muscle, which are big culprits in our lower back pain issues, including sciatica nerve pain. And the props that we'll need are a chair, a strap, which you could use a scarf, you could use a necktie, just about anything long that's laying around that you may have at home. I have 2 blocks here. These are optional, but they might help. And if you don't have yoga blocks, you can find a couple of really thick books. Anything that will be stable for placing your foot on. And we'll be doing that seated. And I think that's all we need to get started. So welcome. We're going to do a couple of warm-up stretches to get ourselves prepared. So let's find ourselves with a neutral posture, and what I would like you to aim for is for feeling the natural curves of your spine. So that means that your lumbar spine has a curve going one way, your thoracic upper spine has a curve that goes this way, the neck has a small curve, and when you get down by the tailbone area, everyone seems to be pretty different down there. So that greatly varies depending on anatomy. If you need to lean against your chair, you can still have a neutral spine. So even if you bring yourself completely back, you should be able to feel yourself tall. Your breathing should feel free of any obstruction. And you can start by, in fact, tuning into that breath, letting it fill up all the way down around the belly. Let that belly release. You'll feel everything expand out the sides, out the back, pressing into the back of your support. Exhaling, pulling everything in, really expelling, expressing it out. We're going to take our arms, start lifting up and releasing down. When you come down, take those palms, turn them towards the back as much as you can, and then rotate the palms as you come up, and let them come down again. We're going to bring the arms up. We'll do some crescent moon bends. These have a couple of options as well. You can either have your hands together, like a steeple shape mudra, having the last few fingers interlaced. You can have your arms apart, or you can keep switching from one side to the other as you take your bend. Feeling it lift up and out of that pelvic bowl as you take those first side bend stretches. Think about that side you're going towards, then think of the opposite side, those ribs opening up like a fan. So if you had one of those old-fashioned hand fans, think of those ribs as opening up. And we'll come back to the top, release that down. Take those shoulders up and around a couple of times. And then we'll place our hands, let them rest on the thighs. We tuck the chin down and then lift the chin up to the sky. Come back down to the chest and back up to the sky. And we'll come back to the center. We're going to look side to side, right over your shoulders. A couple of times. And we'll come back to the center. I'm going to scooch a little bit forward on my chair just for the ease of my body shape to reach the floor better. So you might be very different. We're going to take our hands, rest them here on the front of the knees. We're going to lean forward, starting with a long back. Then we're going to think about this pelvic bowl, tilt that forward, engage the pelvic floor. You have to work those muscles, they're part of your core. Everything up to the chest. And then you can go down as much as you like. So you can make it a cow shape, or you can make it more like a cobra shape. And then we're going to reverse it, curling everything towards the back. And 2 more times. We'll come back to seating right into a tall posture. So this again is reflective of mountain posture when you're doing a standing yoga practice. It's still mountain posture even though we're seated. We're going to do some twists, but first let's warm up the legs. So we're going to take a leg forward, feel those toes, wiggle them out, do some ankle rotations. You might hear all kinds of snaps and crackles, that's okay. And we'll place that down, switch to the other foot. And if it's okay for you to have that foot that you lift, either one, this might be challenging. So to lift it just a couple inches off of the ground. If not, it's perfectly fine to then incorporate your strap. The way I like to use the strap is to take it out long, lower it down like a U, step on it, and then stretch the foot out. So in this case, we're taking those toes and reaching them back towards you. That should activate a stretch along the back chain of that leg and up to the glutes. While we lift those toes up, we're gonna lift the head. And come back to center. So again, if you want to lift that foot a little bit up off the ground, bring those toes in towards you. And bring the chin up. I encourage you to try it without the strap because strengthening the muscles is always helpful when you experience pain. So again, we'll take those toes, lift them up, even an inch up off the ground. And then come back down. Bring that foot in, switch sides. So we'll take those toes up, we're gonna lift the head, and come back down. Now we'll try it lifting and hovering that foot, lift the head, and come back to neutral, place that foot down. Again, if you need to incorporate the strap, go right ahead. Take a moment to breathe. We'll lift those toes towards you, lift the foot, lift the head. And come on back to neutral, slide that foot back into place. Now we will incorporate the strap in some leg lifts. So we're going to, again, make a little U shape, step on it, find your neutral posture. Lift as much as you can with the strength of your legs and your core. Press that foot out. Your leg doesn't have to go very high to wherever you feel it. So we're going to do strength and stretching here. So we're gonna let the leg lift as best as it can and then the arms take over. We're just doing a couple here for demonstration. You can do as many as feels good for you. So we're going to then take the strap into the same hand as that leg. It usually helps. You might want to also hold the excess part of the strap, or you can continue to hold with both hands. We're going to soften the knee so that there's a little bend in it as we open out to the side and come back in. I want you to notice that my toes are pointing straight up at 12 o'clock. And then we're going to take the foot, you can lower it down. We're going to take those toes, we're going to tilt them out to the side. And you probably don't even need the strap for this. We're making arcs, sliding across the floor. And coming back to center. Slide that foot in. We're going to lift it up one more time. We're going to press out. We're going to switch to the opposite hand. And we're going to take a twist over. Coming back to the center. If you feel okay in that leg, having it where it is, that's fine. You could always lower it a little bit down, lifting up and twisting. And there'll be more options for twists coming up. So we're going to place that down. We're going to switch feet. Again, we're going to lift up as much as we can with the strength of the leg and go up and down. And last one for this. If you want to keep it up there using your arms only and feeling that stretch, that's an option as well. We'll lower down. I have to move my props out of the way. So again, this can be done without the strap if you like. We're gonna open out to the side, come back in, the toes are pointing straight up. And it can be close to the ground either way. We'll do one more. And then we'll come down closer to the floor. We can take that strap away, tilt those toes so they're out at an angle, and do a few glides along the floor. And then if you want to loop that strap back around, we're going to lift up. We're going to switch to the opposite hand from that foot, twist over to the side, come back to center. If you're still not feeling much of a stretch, you can bring the heel of that foot more in line with the opposite leg. Lift up out of that pelvic bowl, take your twist. And we'll come back to center, bend that leg, and slide that off. So we'll put that strap aside for right now, and I'll show you how to incorporate using blocks for twists. What I do in my classes is we start with the block on the lowest level. So each block has 3 levels. You have your flattest and most stable. You have a medium height, which has less space, but we're seated, so it's okay if there's less surface area. And you also have a higher level, but instead what I like to do is stack blocks. So we'll start with our 1 foot up on a block. You can take the other foot out or leave it flat on the floor. Maybe it's out a little bit, or anywhere that feels comfortable. Feel those sits bones. So you might even pull the fleshy bits away from your bottom. Those sits bones are at the base of your pelvis. Now when we twist, the less space between our lower body and our upper body that has all of this breathing area that we need, the less space, the harder it is to breathe. So we're going to do what's called a closed twist first. So the leg that's here is my obstruction. It's the higher leg. I'm gonna lift my arms, reaching up, letting my spine get long, take the twist, lower the arms. You can hold on to that opposite thigh in the front. And since we're in a chair, depending on your chair, you might be able to find a comfortable place for that back arm to go. And this is a closed twist because we're going towards an obstruction that's blocking the breathing area a little bit right now. And we'll come back and unwind. I'm going to use my foot to change the height of the block up to the second level. Taking the arms up, again lifting through the pelvic floor, taking the twist. I'm going to grab the opposite thigh in the front and let my hand find the chair seat in the back. Then unwinding. I'm going to use my foot again to flatten that block. Take the second block. Come up. So now we've got the least amount of space between the thigh and the breathing area. This might feel like there's a lot less opportunity to breathe. Couple of options. It's your body. You can squish your midsection in, move it out of the way, and take that twist. Or you can go the opposite way. This is called an open twist, when there's no obstruction. I'm going to come to the center, and I'm going to take that foot down, reset my blocks for the other side. So again, you can have the lower leg with the foot flat on the floor, or you can straighten it out. Starting with the first level of the block, lifting up, pulling in through the pelvic floor up to the chest, feeling the spine grow long. Take that twist, let the arms come down someplace comfortable. And unwind here. I'm going to use my foot to flip my block up to the second height. Lifting up and twisting. Unwinding here. I'm going to flatten that block so I can add my second level, coming up to the highest part. Lifting up through the arms, feel the spine get long, making space for the breathing area, and then taking my closed version of the twist. Again, if you want to go the other way, that's an option. And I'm going to unwind here. I'm going to bring this other leg in, and I'm going to move my blocks out of the way to demonstrate another way to enjoy stretching that area. So I like to use those blocks in that exact configuration when any student has a difficult time opening their hips. So it's okay to take a moment to loosen up those hips. Try the other direction. This also requires you to use your muscle strength in the core. And then one way is you can start with one ankle crossed in front of the other if you don't have the blocks around. So the foot that's in front will act the same way as the foot that was up on the blocks. So we can raise ourselves up and twist. Unwinding. We can switch to the other way. Take the other foot in front, pulling in through that core and twist. And unwind. Again, I'm not holding these very long because it's for demonstration. I'm going to take one foot out now and cross the ankle over the knee. So again, if you can't do this, then do the blocks version. Coming forward, allowing yourself to feel the stretch in that hip area. And this is okay to hold for a few seconds. Allow your breath to happen. You don't want to hold your breath in this particular practice. I'm going to come up. I'm going to let that leg release down. You might be different from side to side. We're going to take that foot, other foot forward, cross the ankle over the knee, and again, come forward until you feel that stretch. You might stay seated straight up. That's all right. And we'll come on up. I'm going to take that leg down. I'm going to have my knees a little bit apart and windshield wiper those knees back and forth. There's also some work that we can do coming up to stand. So However you need to come up out of your chair is fine. You can also practice giving your legs some strength, bringing your hands slowly to your hips, and then coming all the way up. Releasing that down. I'm going to take my chair and I'm going to turn it to the side. I'm going to start with it up high so that the higher part is towards me. I'm going to come close. If it's okay for you to let go, then lift up. If you feel dizzy at all, then take your time. You don't have to do this part, or you can wait until your body regulates. I'm going to start to walk backwards. And if you have dizziness or balance issues, you're going to keep your head higher than your arms. It's also important if your blood pressure is not regulated and it's high or it's too low. You want to be very cautious not to cause any alarm in you, but just to help you bring some awareness to your own body here. Lifting through the pelvic floor. And then if you feel comfortable, lowering down between the arms. I'm going to lift my upper body. I'm going to walk forward. And I'm going to stop about a foot away from the back of my chair. I'm going to take my right foot and slide it back with the toes pointed down. And try to ease up off of my hands so that my lower half has to do the work. Then I'm going to lean forward. I'm going to practice lifting that back leg. You can also tap the toes. If you're comfortable, you can raise the opposite arm. If you're still okay and want to take it a little bit further, activate that right leg, lift that leg up. Take a breath in and bring the leg and the hand down. Slide that right leg in. We'll switch to the other side. So we'll take the left foot, slide it back. Lean forward. Again, trying not to press through the wrists. Practice lifting up that leg if you want. And when you're ready, raising the opposite arm. You can tap the toes or hold that leg up. And then if you're ready to practice some more challenge to the balance, come forward. Strengthen through that standing leg. We'll bring those toes down, let the hand come down, slide the foot in. Give yourself a little wiggle. And then we're going to do some stretches on the floor. So I'm going to turn my chair around and come down. I'm going to take my chair and flip it so it's upside down. You can use a blanket. I'm just using a yoga mat in this case to come and lie against the chair. So we're going to take our hands for support. We're going to windshield wiper those knees back and forth. We're going to take one leg, pull it into the chest. Again, if you want to use the strap for this, you can make it shorter by folding it in half, threading it under the thigh, and helping pull that thigh in towards your chest. Lower that leg. We can switch to the other side, lifting that in and lowering it down. If you were okay with taking your ankle over your knee, then you'll do the same thing here. Ankle over the knee, and feel free to sway from side to side here. You might be able to actually notice your lower back releasing. And we'll switch to the other side. So again, you can have this much lower than what I have. And bring that foot to the floor. If you want to come all the way to the floor, make sure that your head is looking straight up at the sky. You'll take, again, thigh in towards the chest. And switch. We're going to take one leg up to the sky. Again, you can use your strap for this. So the way that I like to do it is to bring my foot in close, loop the strap around, and allow the stretch to happen in this direction. It will feel completely different because of your relationship to gravity. And I'm just going to leave the strap there as I cross my ankle over the other thigh and then lift that in towards me. While it's close to me, I'm going to take that strap away. I'm going to bring that foot down. I'm going to take my arms out like airplane arms, and I'm going to, since I have my right leg up, I'm going to twist towards the left. Come back up, slide that foot down, switch to the other side. So you can start by bringing that thigh in, looping that strap if that feels good. And then I'm going to cross that ankle over the opposite thigh, slide that in towards me. If I can lift that up enough to release that strap, it's a good time to do that. Or you can let it go, the strap won't be in your way. Maybe a little side to side to roll out that back. And since I have my left foot on top right now, I'm going to cross my legs to the right. And coming back to the center, I'm going to take that foot down. I'm going to roll onto a side. Doesn't matter, it's whatever side is comfortable for you. You can pause. A lot of times we have our blood pressure to readjust. So take time to pause there. You can even lie down, cradling yourself. And then using your hands to press yourself up gently. You can come up to either your knees or into a tabletop position, so that you can come over to your chair, flip your chair around, and then use your chair to stand up. And that's it.